Hey, what's up YouTube? XTarkXORX here. Coming at you guys with another deck profile. This is a deck I just made. Still needs work, but I'm working on it. It's a deck that not many people use today. It's actually a very old deck, but with my new twist on it. It is Earthbound Immortals. I know you guys are thinking, what the heck, why is he running Earthbound Immortals? This is just my fun deck, and I'm sorry for the shaky camera, I don't have a tripod. So first off, you play 3 of the giant fish, so I call him. His name is Chaku Kalhua. Basically, if you don't know what an Earthbound Immortal does, an Earthbound Immortal, there can only be one of them on the field. It's kind of like Malefics. If there's no field spell, destroy it. Your opponent can't select it as an attack target. It can attack your opponent directly, and then this guy's effect comes in. So those previous effects were for all Earthbounds, but this guy's effect is inflict damage equal to half of this card's defense to your opponent. If you do, this card cannot attack that turn. Also, if this card is in face-up defense position on the field, your opponent can't conduct their battle phase. So the strategy is to get him out and swing for 2,900. Then your next turn, switch him to defense, and then keep burning down your opponent. That's basically what my strategy is with this guy. So you're on 3 of him. Next we have Earthbound Immortal Kusulu. Basically his effect is the same thing with the Earthbound Immortals. And if this face-up card you control would be destroyed by battle, you contribute one other monster you control instead, and then have your opponent's life points. So if they do find a way to get around the Earthbound Immortal effect, you can use this card to have your opponent's life points. That's pretty huge. So yeah. And we have one Wiracocha Raska. I'm just trying this guy out. I really want a Silipiscu in here, but I don't have one right now. This guy is, when he's normal summoned, return up to 3 cards you control to your deck, except this card, and discard the same number of cards from your opponent's hand at random. This card gains 1,000 attack for each card discarded by this effect. So he becomes a 31 beater and you get rid of 3 of your opponent's resources. Really good. Then we have 2 Earthbound Line Walkers. What this guy does is he's 1,200 and he's 1,900 defense. So you can set it and then Thunder King can't run it over. Earthbound Immortals cannot be destroyed by their own effects. So if you have this guy out and someone gets rid of your field, you're good to go. Your Earthbound doesn't die. Then we have Malefic Stardust, just for field protection. Yeah, he's easy to bring out. Malefic Cyber End is a beat stick, because there's a lot of field spells. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. This guy is actually to help bring out cards later in the deck. You tribute to bring him out, and he's just really game-changing. One Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the beginning, because most of the cards in here are light or dark. So you'll be able to bring him out, and he's just a really good thing to have out on the field. 3 Hardened Arm Dragons. This is what I was talking about with Red Eyes. This guy's effect is you can special it by sending a level 8 or higher monster from your hand to the graveyard. So if you have a dead Earthbound in your hand, or like a dead card, you can just special it out by discarding it. If you tribute this for a tribute summon of a level 7 or higher monster, aka your Earthbounds, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. So not only can your opponent not target them as attack targets, now they can't be hit by your opponent's card effects. I mean, like, compulsory is the only thing that really gets around it, or something that banishes it. It's really nice to have like an indestructible whale just burning your opponent every turn. Next we have 2 Mirage Dragons. These can be brought out with the Red Eyes too, but the Hardened Arms more. You want to go into Hardened Arm more. This guy's nice because when he's on the field, your opponent can't activate traps during the battle phase, which those are what really stops your Earthbounds, like Mirror Force and stuff. So next, 2 Thunder Kings, because we don't really ever special summon, and we don't add cards into our hand except for Pot of Duality. That's it. It's a really nice card. Slows down a lot of decks. Next we have Popcorn. 2 of these guys, because this is a field spell deck, and so this guy really helps. Its effect is while a field spell card is on the field, it gains 1,000 attack. So he's got 1200 to start, so he automatically goes to a 2200 beater for 4 stars, which is really broken. And plus, if you have the Seal of Orichalcos out, which we run 1 in this deck, he becomes a 2700 beater for 4 stars. That's crazy. So we run 2 of him. Next, 2 Divine Dragon Apocalypse. These are coming out once I find double cost-ins. I need 2 double cost-ins. This guy is just to help bring your dragons back, your hardened armed dragons, but if you don't know what double cost-in is, double cost-in can be used as 2 tributes for a dark monster. All your Earthbounds are dark. That's it for the monsters. Onto the spells. We have 3 Mausoleum of the Emperor, the most important spell in this deck. You can pay 1,000 life points times the number of monsters needed to tribute a monster. So this brings out your Earthbounds pretty quickly. If you don't have 2 monsters, just sack 2,000 life points, bring out an Earthbound. Or if you have 1 monster and then this, you can sack 1,000 life points and then tribute that monster and bring out your Earthbounds. Really important. 1 Seal of Orichalcos, because if you have this out plus Earthbound plus other guys, it's pretty much game. Just saying. Next we have Terraforming to search any of those 4 spells. Then what I like in this deck is Precious Cards from Beyond. It's a continuous spell. When you successfully tribute or set a monster that requires 2 or more tributes, draw 2 cards from your deck. All of your big guys besides BLS require, and Red Eyes, because you can banish a dragon, need you to tribute 2 to bring them out. So this is like a continuous pot of greed, pretty much. Next, we got the Trinity. Monster Reborn. Well, not the Trinity, my bad. Forgot I don't play Heavy Storm. We have 2 of the Trinity. So, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole. I don't like Heavy Storm in here because you don't want to get rid of your fields. Your Earthbounds want to stay. You don't want to kill them. So, Earthbound Revival. This card's really good because if you have one of your fields in your graveyard, you can discard a card. That card can be your Earthbound. And then it says, select 1 Earthbound in your graveyard and a field spell in your graveyard and add them to your hand. So, you can discard an Earthbound, then return that Earthbound and a field spell to your hand. Next, we got Earthbound Whirlwind. This is why I don't play Heavy Storm. Activate when you control Earthbound. If you do, destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. So it's like a Harpy's Feather Duster, but for Earthbounds. Next, we got 2 Paladin Dualities. With a slow-moving deck like this, we really need to get our consistency up. That's all I'm saying. Traps. Revival of the Immortals. Select 1 Earthbound monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. It can't declare an attack that turn, and whenever it battles, your opponent takes no battle damage. That is not a problem, because what we're going to do is activate this, special summon our whale in defense, and burn. So, next, 2 Solemn Warnings, because negation is really, really good. 2 Compulsory, because it's amazing right now. It gets around so many things. Problem cards too, like Zen Maves. And then round off the main 2 Bottomless. Next, we'll go Extra Deck because I don't have a side deck built because I don't really know what to side for this. I'm not going to take it to any big tournaments. Extra Deck is really, really small because the Seal of Orichalcos doesn't let you special summon, and plus the only thing you're going to special summon with is level 4s. You can use Gustav Max in here with like a Red Eyes and an Earthbound, but I don't have one right now. So right now we just have Cyber End Dragon for the Malefic Cyber End and Stardust Dragon for the Malefic Stardust. Then we just have generic rank 4s like Gemnite Pearl, Shockmaster, Utopia, and Black Ship. These are what I have right now. I prefer Gaga Cowboy in here too, but I don't have it. He's hard to make, but possible. And then I would also prefer to have Lava Vault Chain, because you can add one of your Earthbounds to the top of your deck whenever you need to. But yeah, that's my Earthbound Immortal deck, guys. Tell me what you think. Give me suggestions. Those Divine Dragon Apocalypse are coming out for double cost-ins. And yeah, peace out, YouTube.